the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He comes in second in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Dolphins and the Patriots, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today we've got an AFC East matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Here's Cairo Santos now ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Foxborough. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB in his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now Stafford. That's caught. It's Dan Arnold, the tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 66 yards.
And they've already clinched a playoff berth, so I'm eager to see how they approach this game because some teams' philosophy is to go ahead and get guys out. Other teams' philosophy, continue to do what you're doing best. I expect them to go ahead and use their top guys all the way through this one.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops, a tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu, I'll tell you that much for free. Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. Former Heisman winner leading them out, the 2-time Pro Bowler in his first 3 seasons, the electric Kyler Murray.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back on the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Murray. Escaping, and he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. It's the former Michigan man, Chase Winovich, who gets in there to bring him down. Well, you know it's never easy to get Kyler Murray down to the ground, and to do it with a sack on their first drive, what a great tone setter defensively.
Oh, and no one's celebrating more than the defensive coordinator, because that's all he's preached all week long. Keep him hemmed in. Don't let him get into the open field and create big plays with his feet. To get him down in the pocket early, that's got to feel great for them.
On the return, here's Agnew, able to slither by. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And they, on paper, Charles, no doubt they have the edge in this one. They are sitting with the AFC elite, and on the other side, they're down toward the bottom of the AFC. But you know what they say, especially at this point in the season, watch out for a trap game.
And in doing so, I would take my game plan and condense it. I would rely on my fundamentals. The fact that my players are probably just better, and not try and do too much. Do just enough to win the game. And on the other side of the field, I'm doing everything. Every trick play I can think of, every different formation, you name it, I'm throwing it at them in order to try and get the upset win.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Stafford. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Holding, offense.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? To throw is Stafford. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
I think that we all figured when he called that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Patriot offense heading back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. Off the option, here's Montgomery. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 20 carries, 60 yards.
I can remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. To throw, it's Murray. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Agnew now to return. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And as these guys interplay in Week 17, we know one thing. They are playoff bound, but they want to win that division title. They told us that is a goal that's been posted in their locker room since day one. They've got the chance to control their own destiny.
And there's nothing more powerful than saying that you won the division, because I know from building a team, when I talk with all the GMs and the player personnel directors, they always talk about to get to the playoffs in the NFL, you have to have a team that's constructed to win your division. Beat those teams first. That's your #1 path to getting there, and they can get that done in this game. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Stafford on 1st down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Stafford. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. 3rd and 2, Stafford. Jones has it. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 39. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. To the air again, Stafford. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford got a man. It's Gibson complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're trying to win here in Foxborough to capture the season series. No score after 1 on EA Sports. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the 2nd quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Here's Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now it's Stafford. Throw right side, taken in by Gibson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another 1st down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, That may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. Back to throw, Stafford. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So offensively on this drive, 2 of 2 on third downs, and now they face a 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll just get rid of it. They'll run it with Pirine, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it, they got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
Well, they showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. On 2nd and goal, Stafford, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Dawson Knox with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend of the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, Team Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, 2 cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. And his throw is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Now Murray. That'll be taken in by Damiere Byrd. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Murray now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Byrd. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Play action. Now it's Murray. His throw incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Murray now. Being chased out left. And he slings one that's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Murray again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Santos' kick is up and through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 32-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. Complete to Jones.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A gain of 13 yards. 1st down, Dolphins.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Finding Knox there, complete.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Maher able to put this one through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25.
New England's offense set to go. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw caught by Bird here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The run got 4, getting 6.
Read option. Here's Montgomery.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both. Oh, it springs free. Montgomery loses it. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Marr on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. First down, Murray. And that'll be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Throwing on first down is Murray. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Now the Patriots moving quickly, hustling up to the line.
Now Murray. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Murray to air it out again. Into the hands of Bird over the middle. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, here's Murray.
He'll get this complete to Kadarius Toney.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep, right sideline. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Murray.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
From the gun, Murray. Throw caught here by Bird. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So on comes Cairo Santos now for the field goal try. He hit his first, this one from 38. Santos' kick is up and through. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's a busy Week 17 of the regular season, so let's get right to it. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And the Patriots taking over to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. 13 yards the tally on the return there, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Singletary to get the drive started. And he'll get a few yards here to the 34. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Singletary again. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Now Stafford. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the 3rd quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right, then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late, because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing again is Stafford.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense is getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Back to throw, Stafford.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
P-Ryan. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Once more, P-Ryan, and this time he'll score. Touchdown, Miami. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Perine. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
From the 6. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a give running right is Montgomery. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Murray now. Complete. It's Johnson. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Murray now to throw. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On first down, they'll start out with Singletary.
And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, it's sometimes a thing of beauty.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. This complete to Jones.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Second down and 3.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford.
Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Back to Singletary on 2nd down.
And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
They'll go to Pirine, trying to pound it in. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Samaje Pirine, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Marr on for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Samaje Pirine. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. From the 6. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league where we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken around the 12. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0.
Miami set to take over. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the 3rd quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this.
On the handoff, it's Singletary. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory.
73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Yeah, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Now, during that run, an injury here, we got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him And we'll step aside for a moment.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go right back to Singletary. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
On the give, this is Singletary. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On the ground, it's Singletary. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. The Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 11 yards there, just like last play. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's Stafford. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, just impressive in all 3 phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the 4th quarter.
I know it seems like something we shouldn't do because the scoreboard does tell it all. But let's set it aside for a moment. This game was absolutely memorable with how they played it. Really terrific effort, really well executed. Congratulations to them.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw, it's Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Bird. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Throwing again, Murray. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray, it's caught, it's Miller.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Murray now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. That's Montgomery.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Dolphins' 35-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Murray, Montgomery, another target and catch. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Murray again. This one swung out to Montgomery. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. They'll run for it with Spiller. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. He needed a yard. He didn't get anything. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll run out of the gun with Singletary. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Play action. Stafford.
And he'll get this underneath to Singletary.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Dolphins.
Now a run with Singletary. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Now a carry for Pirine. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Taken down at the 41. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Right back to Singletary on 2nd down.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
And it's 3rd down.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And that is incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs.
New England trying to get a place on offense. Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. From the 45 on 2nd down, Murray.
That's complete to Tony.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Murray, one final try. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
Miami.
They improve their mark to 12-4 with one game